Hello, first grade families. I want to talk to you about a couple of things that you're going to see coming home, maybe the end of this week, maybe starting the beginning of next week. So we've been working really hard at getting our working learning centers under control so that I can pull kids back into a small group and we can work on exactly what we need to work on in reading and in math. So you're going to start to see the homework folder come home. Inside the homework folder, there's a little note from me and some important things. Our schedule is in here on the second page, like our daily schedule, which is nice if you need to make a doctor's appointment or something. It kind of helps you schedule that. And then a calendar that we will be using to write our homework on for reading. So every day is on the calendar, and then I write in each box that day what they're to practice at home. Sometimes it might be a book, sometimes it might be a fluency sheet, and I want to show you what that looks like. So this is an example of one of the fluency sheets that you might see come home. And I want to talk about these for a minute because they're super important, but they can kind of not be used the right way unless we kind of talk about it a bit. So I called it a fluency sheet, but it's actually helping us with two things: accuracy and fluency. So when we think about reading or learning our letters or our sounds, we always want to think of it this way. We want our students to be accurate first. That means, do they know the sound of the letter without making a mistake? Can they identify the name of the letter each time? We need to ensure that first, because if we take the next step, which is fluency, which is kind of picking up the pace and going a little bit more quickly, we can cause some problems if we don't have accuracy first. So when we do a sheet like this, right now it's just going to look like letters. Fluency sheets later on in the year may look like this. It may be words to read. So anytime you see a fluency sheet, we always have to ensure accuracy first. Do they know it? Because we certainly don't want to be wrong and quick or fast. We certainly want to be right, and then as we know we're right, we want to learn to pick up the pace. With sheets like this, it's okay to maybe use the words go a little bit more quickly, or try and do it a little bit more quickly, because that's our goal. We want accurate and then quickly. But we really have to watch using the words fast when we're talking about reading a story. I don't ever want our learners to think that a good reader is a reader who reads fast, because fast does not equal a good reader. So it gets a little tricky using that language. So I like to say, let's read it. Can we read it a little bit more smoothly without having to stop and think? So when we're seeing a fluency sheet like this, you would be asking your student to identify the sounds. I'm just really worried about the sound. Tell me the sound that you make when you see this letter. What sound do you make when you see this letter? So I would go through it a few times just to make sure they knew the sound. Then we can practice, how fluently can we do this? Can we do it more smoothly? And you'll notice down here there are places for timing it, and eventually 20 seconds is what the program says they should be able to say these sounds in 20 seconds. But again, don't push the time until you know your students know the sounds, because you're kind of working against them, because then they start thinking, oh, fast, 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 but then they get the wrong sounds, and that's not really helpful. So this is one thing you'll start to see coming home. They're called fluency sheets, and important to remember, accuracy first. Do they know the sound? Then once we're sure they know the sound, then we're going to gently nudge them to go a little bit more quickly. Okay? and I like to call it smoothly or fluently, so that we don't ever get it in our head that fast is always the goal, because a good reader is not necessarily one that reads super fast. If you have any questions, please feel free to dojo me or email me. I want some feedback on what you think about these videos. Are they helpful? I would like to make more if you think they're helpful, that kind of just gives little hints about what we're doing in the classroom. So thanks always for being such a good support, and I'll see you soon. Bye.